You went in from wholesale and the kinds of things and the development that you were doing. So what exactly do you do today?
So I do leadership development with a number of folks and organizations. I actually specialize, I have a special cadre of folks that I work with in the neurodiverse community. So folks and families impacted by ADHD, Asperger's, autism, other challenges that I work with. I'm both with helping them find and land jobs that feel like they're made for them, giving them certain strategies to connect with people socially in a way that's authentic for them, that allows them to achieve a lot of their goals, as well as understanding that what I'll say is this is that that neurodiverse area is a very underserved population.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't recognize like there's resources needed there and that there are ways that folks can help. And that was always something that caught my eye in the last few years. So for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been working with folks in that area, as well as other corporate clients and individuals who are just looking to, as you mentioned, find ways to relieve stress related to better ways of working on the job, better ways of connecting with people around them, whether that's like I want to form a better relationship with my family. I want to find my ways into relationships that jibe with who I am and not feel like I'm being taken advantage of or I'm not going to be safe and secure, whether that entails using your skills to grow a business, like what sort of talents and abilities would mesh best with what areas, coming up with solutions and strategies for that. So that's a lot of the work that I do, both one-on-one and group coaching and workshops for folks. So that's what I've been
What
doing.
got you involved and why did you decide to work in the neurodiverse and neurodivergent kind of environment?
I've always had an interest in solving people related problems. And I just noticed that just from casual interactions with other people, that's like there's a lot of this population that people don't really understand well. Either they don't take the time to, or they just have, like, we all have our own issues and problems. So we don't have time to worry about what the next guy is doing. But I just noticed that a lot of the talents and abilities that I've been working on can be useful for helping other people. Just like someone who's always spent years cooking. They take for granted that a lot of things they do well, other people would pay and really could use as value. Like someone who loves to cook and is a great baker. There's lots of people who are on the lookout for that. I'm going to give you a name. I'm going to shout this lady out because I just met her in the last couple of weeks. Her name is Alicia Davis, Granny's Cookie Jar.com. I'm giving her free advertising now because they're very nice people. Her and her husband in Houston, Texas, they do a great job with desserts. And she's grown up her whole life cooking. That's just an example of someone who can use their value to provide value to other people. And she makes great desserts. Can't recommend them enough. I'm actually going to order more at a certain time, even though I don't even live in Texas. But I would say, as regards to my own journey, I just noticed that a lot of the things that are challenges in that particular area and that neurodiverse area are things that not only do I enjoy working on, but I generally have an interest in the people that I converse with. And I have like a stake in their own success. I like to see them succeed. So that's one of the things that drew me there, because there's always people, every single person on this earth has some talent or some proclivity that can be developed and useful for someone else. And if you find ways that you can ply this trade, all the better. I've noticed that that's a particular area that really speaks to me and I can provide value to. So I've been working on that for the better part of 5 years in that area.
Well, as long as we've started down the road, does she ship?
I'm sure she would. I mean, if you
Well,
would pay for whatever it costs to ship from Texas to California, or whoever's listening, wherever you want to get your stuff shipped to, I'm sure like she's a business lady. I'm sure the right arrangements can be worked out.
Well, we'll just have to go investigate.
Yeah.
It is Christmas, you know.
Yes, exactly. to
And
kind
good
of check
cookie
the
and
box
good
to
cookies
solve
are
a lot.
always worth good
Exactly.
cookies are always worth having.
Yeah, not just cookies. She's got a lot of other things there. I could tell you, but it's better if you're curious to go check out the other desserts there. So
We will. That
yeah.
sounds like a lot of fun.
Mhm.
But so you've been doing this leadership development coaching primarily in the neurodiverse world, but you've been doing that for 5 years, you say?
With the Nerdiverse community, the better part of 4 or 5 years, but I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing work related to both leadership and personal development in some capacity. I want to say since I was a teenager, I was
Mm-hmm.
using it in how I sold my goods online. Like I would use that. Not only would I create like I create recipe books, strategies for people who are buying from me, especially machines. Like, okay, this is how these are the six most popular types of donuts that are being sold right now in your area. I've sent these people these kind of documents, as well as if they had any questions about how to use the machine, other things they can buy that could be of use. Like I had other accessories that I created, like a fan that might go on the donut machine to cool it down. And that's how some of my coaching would find its way into other business, as well as personal coaching I would do with other people I know. Like we work on certain things like, hey, I'm dealing with XYZ problem. Let's brainstorm how to solve it. So I was doing that work in some capacity for a number of years, but I would say I've had this specialty in the neurodiverse community for the last 4 or 5 years, but other work as well.